like to discuss with you using your pre-ACT reports to plan for future classes and things that you will do to prepare yourself for the ACT that you will take next year. I have with me Ann Browning today.
Good morning or afternoon. I am going to guide students through how to use the score report to identify areas of strength as well as areas of weakness in academics. Each student has an individualized report, and that report is there for you to help you maybe decide what classes you need to take for the remainder of your high school career in order to think about maximizing results on your ACT. Ms. Bain will talk to you more about how important it is to really focus on ACT success.
Thanks, Ann. So, when you are applying for colleges, which you'll begin doing at the beginning of your senior year, it's very important that you have the best possible ACT score that you can have. The ACT score is the #1 factor that determines your entrance into colleges. It is also used for competitive scholarships, and it will also help you maybe not take basic classes that build fundamental skills. If your ACT is low, then you will have to take some of those, so we really want you to focus on building those skills so you can make the most out of your college experience. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get started with the score review. If you will take out your test booklet and your score report, we will go over those and show you how to interpret those. Thanks.
All right, kids, here we go. Let's dig into these pre-ACT results and see if we can make sense of what these reports tell us. By this time, you should have your pre-ACT test booklet as well as your score report. So please turn to page 2 of your test booklet, and let's discuss what these scores mean. The pre-ACT as well as the ACT are scored on something called the right scoring method. In other words, you get points for every question you get correct. So it is in your best interest to always answer all questions. The lowest score is a 1, and the highest score possible within this range is a 35. The number of questions you get correct within each category are then translated into these scores that are called scale scores. Your composite score is the average of your math, science, English, and reading score. Your STEM score is an average of your math and science score. This score is important for students who are considering a career in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. Notice also on this page, the purple line indicates your score based on the number of questions you got right. This is considered your score range in this purple box, the lighter purple box around your actual score, because this is not an exact science, so it's kind of an estimate, if you will, based on what you did get correct. And another important number to look at is the benchmark number for each category. So that is indicated by the heavy gray line with the number in a bubble to the right. Those are considered the pre-ACT readiness benchmarks. That means you are ready, if you can score there, to do college level work or grade level work. Turn to page 3 of your booklet and let's look at our predicted scores. So the pre-ACT can be used to predict what you might make on the ACT. Again, this is not an exact science and it is not a guarantee, You need to keep working at learning. The ACT is a measure of your cumulative middle school and high school career, basically, because all of those skills that you learned during that time are reflected in the ACT. So our fake student, Ann Taylor, is predicted to make a composite of 20 to 23. That's a pretty solid score that would get her in most colleges, but that's no guarantee. She will need to continue working. Notice her math score, her science score range, the STEM range, English, and reading. So this is where students need to think about what classes they need to take in order to continue to grow in those content areas. On the bottom of page 3 is this graphic that indicates your career readiness. I think a lot of students are under the misconception that ACT only counts if you are going to college. That is not true. Most careers, whether you're going to work in an office, in a factory, some type of manufacturing, in a garage somewhere as an electrician, doesn't matter. There are certain skills that you still will need in order to be ready to enter the workforce. So students should take pride in scoring well on the ACT. They should continue to hone those basic skills, especially in math and reading. Those are really important skills that will benefit you no matter what career you choose to enter. Turn to page 4 of your booklet and let's look at your detailed results. On this page, you will find the topics that were covered by the questions in each of the 4 subject areas. So here's your subject area. Here are all the topics underneath. In the next column, you will see how many questions were asked in that content area or in that particular skill, and then how many you got correct. And then those numbers correct are translated into a percentage. This bar graph will help you see where your weaknesses are. Like this student does not do well in statistics and probability, but she did very well in number and quantity. In writing, this student did well with her basic knowledge of language and production of writing, but seemed to struggle with the conventions of standard written English. That might include things like grammar and punctuation. So this is, again, personalized to your responses on the exam, and this is where you can decide what courses you need to take to help you improve those skills. Now we're going to jump sort of towards the end of your booklet. So if you will turn to page 10, you will see more detailed information as to which particular questions you missed. So there is a detailed report that will show you the question number, what the correct response is, and then what your response was. So you still have those questions. They are in your test booklet. Those are great opportunities for you to go back and look at what you missed and maybe start thinking about why you missed it. Now, I know most of you are not going to sit around with your friends and talk about, gee, I missed number 4 on my pre-ACT in math. Tell me, what did you get on that and why did you answer it? But you should have those conversations. Don't be afraid to collaborate and ask a friend, how did you come up with the right answer? Or ask your teacher. Your teachers are there to help you also understand this data. So you will find this, I think, for every topic that was in your book or in your test book. That will definitely help you understand your own progress. Now, go back to page 6 and start asking yourself this question. Are you ready? Are you ready to make a plan? Are you ready to choose a path, whether it be to technical school, straight to the workforce, to a 2-year college, or to a university? You need to be thinking about that. In order to prepare for those plans, do you need to take more college-ready classes, such as honors classes or AP classes? Do you want to challenge yourself and take some online classes through the Niswonger Foundation? Do you want to take classes at Rome State and get dual credit? You can also take dual credit classes through TCAT. This is where you need to seriously be thinking about where your interests are and make a plan now. Please don't wait till your senior year and then decide that you've changed your mind and maybe you just want to go to TCAT and you've spent all your time doing other things instead, or vice versa. You need to start making a plan now. If you still have questions, if you are unsure how to make a plan, if you're not really certain what you want to do, there are people in the building that are here to help you. Other than just your classroom teachers, you can see your counselor. We have a fine counseling department, and they are here every day, and most of these ladies are here early. So if you're, I think it's A through G maybe, your counselor is Miss Courtney Vincent. H through PH, I believe, is Miss Kyra Pierce. Melissa Perkins has the remainder of the alphabet. You can go by and see Miss Bain in the Gear Up office. She's more than happy to talk with you. If you're really desperate, you can come see me. My office is next to Mr. Faust's, and I teach classes first block, but I'm available a lot of time during the day. Come by. I'd love to talk to you about your plans. And then Carrie Eubanks is our technology coach. She knows a lot about SHMOOP and ACT prep and what it takes to be successful at the next educational level. So just know that we've all got your back. We are here to help you, and we hope that you will come by and see us. Hope this helped you. If you have questions, find somebody to ask.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope this has been helpful in interpreting your pre-ACT scores. If you have any questions, you may talk to one of your counselors, Miss Browning, or myself. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.